I love that intro. You are so happy that you are joining us this week on Convincing Idiots. Oh, man. We're going to talk about Sensei Kreese is biting people. Coworkers, who else? We're going to talk about it. Marc Maron, the great Marc Maron, the godfather, a podcast. He's saying goodbye. We're going to touch on that. Our question of the week, AI, if it writes your book, is it plagiarism? We'll get into it. And then our main event. This is the most patriotic movies, or Mount Rushmore of patriotic movies, the sequel. All of that and so much more. What else is there to do besides let's start the show?
You guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test.
Test.
What you call it again?
Convincing Idiots.
Convincing Idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the stat man, not just anyone's opinion, the stat man Brian Fisher.
These kids today.
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
three friends representing three different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick got the whole poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing in the sea
Caucasian.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean, the Zennial.
Brian Gen X.
And the silence once again is we are Nicholas. Nicholas will he might try to join us in a little bit. He's getting his hair did. Not on top. So once that takes place, he's going to he might join us if he can get the do done just right. Until then, it is you and I, Brian. You and I.
Yes, once again. So as Nick's away, tell you about ourselves a little bit here. We're friends from three different generations talking all things nerd and pop culture each and every week. You might be listening to us wherever you listen to podcasts. We can be found on all major podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Amazon Music. Haven't said this lately, but you can ask your smart speaker device to play the Convincing Idiots podcast, and we'll be broadcasted all through your home, free of charge. You might be watching us on our YouTube channel at Convincing Idiots. All show information can be found in two main spots. Just simply Google Linktree. Convincing Idiots is simply a page with links to our social media and stuff. And our website, convincingidiots.wordpress.com. All show information is there, bios, ways to sponsor the show, links to our merch store, and all that good stuff there. So if you go one place, go to the website. That's right. So if you do anything at all, tell a friend, help a friend find us, and we appreciate your support out there.
Well. Looks like we're back for this episode. Did we say it's 247? Jesus,
247. That's right.
We are a few away from the big 250.
That's when the big payday hits. That's what we understand, Dean.
That's what I hear.
Yes.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
What are you going to buy with your big payday?
I am probably going to buy more of what I'm drinking this evening. How about that? And that's some good old Genesee beer.
Wow, going dad straight for it.
Total dad drink. My dad used to drink some Genesee back in the day, so I picked up on that. And you know what? Every so often, again, it's a very solid
All
Very
right.
solid dad beer. Other than that, I'm not sure. Maybe what are you going to buy with your big payday, Dean?
Well, definitely, I'm going to buy some Coors Banquet, which I'm drinking tonight. And
Yeah.
they're dadding it up. We spent so long. We did this whole stretch in our, I think as America did, this whole stretch on craft beers, and now it's nice to just finally just get back to your roots. Have a summer of dad beers, and I think that's what this is, the summer of dad beers.
Very good. Very good. I like it. Very good. All right.
So, right, do you have any headlines for us?
Yeah, some pop culture headlines here a little bit. Just some weird actor behavior.
Shocking.
Yeah. So the Cobra Kai actor Martin Kove. So he's the guy. He's like the Cobra Kai, sensei guy. The sweep the leg guy. He was in
Kreese.
The entire. Yes, Sensei that's Kreese. Right. Yes, Kreese. Yes. Very good, by the way. Very, very good villain. He had a good story arc and so on and all that. But he was somewhere. It was some VIP meet and greet at SummerCon in Washington State, and his co-star Alicia Hannah Kim. She was the female sensei, like the Cobra Kai sensei there.
Right.
And she apparently tapped him on his shoulder and said hello. He turned and grabbed her arm and bit it so hard that he almost drew blood, apparently. And it ticked her off and wound up talking to the police. And then he said he was just joking around or whatever it is. And, this is the level of news that makes pop culture these days. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So I just thought it was kind of weird behavior. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. And if you remember any other, more weird behavior you want to recollect, or so just any comments.
Well, I feel bad for her. Let me start off by saying that. I do feel bad. She got bit. It hurt. But I honestly can't. I mean, they were co-stars for all this time. They were friends. It honestly, to me, sounds like what it was. Or what he said it was he turned around and, like an idiot, thought it would be funny. We've all done something that, this would be funny, turns out to be really not funny or really fucking wrong. We've all done it. We've all taken a step that we thought was going to be funny, but turns out not so much. And I think that's where it lies. Was he wrong? Absolutely. Should he go around biting people? No. Even as jokes, it's probably not a good fucking idea. Mm-hmm. But I honestly can't imagine that it was intentionally, like he was trying to harm her. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think it just went too far.
Yeah. You ever do anything where you thought you were trying to be funny and it turned out to be so incredibly awkward? Or what was it, if anything?
Convincing Idiots podcast.
Sure.
Thought it was a good idea. Thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
No, man, I have done so much shit. Like throughout being a child and teenagers, I've said stuff that I thought until it came out of my mouth, I thought it was, and I'm not. Some of the shit I'm not even going to repeat because it was really bad. But it was not malicious. It was said or done to be funny, and instantly it's like, oh nope, that you read the room wrong or whatnot, and yeah. Mm-hmm. So I've done a lot of shit like that. So I can relate. I've never drawn blood by biting somebody for comedy, but
no.
But I have made tens of 20 of people groan on a weekly basis. So
I think it's just nerves and anxiety or whatever it was or something like that. So I started a new job. This is when I was working at a bank, and this was very early, like the first week there. And people are going around a room. There's a lot of people in this room. It's all these people I started with. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself. Something like that. You know what I mean? And I'm listening to the standard answers, and for some dumb reason, I thought I was going to make a comment to get a rise out of people and just wake people. And I don't wake people up just to say something stupid and weird. And I don't know. I was just trying to think of something to say. I didn't even know what I was going to say. I don't think until that moment.
Yeah.
And I said something along the lines of, my name is this or whatever. And I said, I used to be a woman. Now, as soon as I said it, I'm like, what in the hell did you just say?
Did it get a reaction, or did it get the
did.
appropriate reaction?
It got a reaction. I mean, people spun around. I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just like, what in the hell did you just say?
Oh, it's fun.
I'm actually probably lucky I got out of there without having somebody say, why would you say something this ridiculous or whatever it was? But yeah, there you go. That was one of the dumbest things I ever said.
It's insane.
Yeah, like you said, Lisa didn't bite anybody. I don't know. So
the podcast is still young today. So
yes,
we'll see.
That is right. That is right. All right. So a completely different topic here. I know we're all looking forward to the Superman movie, Dean, coming out next month. Caught a story today. Actor Anthony Kerrigan is playing Metamorpho in the movie.
Yeah.
And he was describing his experience where it was a 5 to 6 hour preparation. Again, there's plenty of roles like this. It's not unique to this role, certainly, but a 5 to 6 hour process of becoming the character. He said he was sewn into this outfit. Looks good. I mean, I've seen some pictures. Not that familiar with the character, right? But he does have a prominent role, I guess, in the movie as a villain or accidental villain or whatever, manipulated villain.
Like us.
Yes, that's right. So, can you imagine? Could you do you imagine yourself being able to tolerate in a similar role? Like if you were offered a role,
yes,
you have to be that extensive of a spirit. Why is that? So, tell me about it.
Or if you're talking about if I was an actor,
Mm-hmm.
A, you're getting paid. B, you're getting to be getting paid probably a pretty good chunk of change, and then B, you get to be in the new and upcoming DC universe, right? So why wouldn't you go through that and sit through that to get that chance? Because what was his name again?
His name is Anthony Kerrigan.
Exactly. I can look him up. I might know who he is outside of that, but like just by name, I don't know him. But if this thing blows up, we might actually know his name, and we're going to see him in more roles and his more money. And so, absolutely. Now, me as not being an actor, me being an idiot on a podcast, yeah, I'd do it for free. Yeah.
Sure.
You're not going to become famous. I don't give a shit. I get to be in one Superman movie. Fuck yeah, I'm in.
Well, we already have to go through, Dean. You and I, we have to go through every week the dad bod suit that we have to squeeze into just to hide our normal physique, because we don't want to have any distractions, to those watching us on YouTube. They want to, pay attention to the content. And it's not necessarily the way we look and so forth, but like this is a whole other level.
I'm glad you suggested that because, with our chiseled bodies, it is rough for people to watch and actually pay attention.
Right.
And then the makeup to make us look this ugly, I didn't think was necessary, but I think at the end, I think you nailed it with that suggestion also.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think if I was doing a role like that, sure, I could do it. I mean, I think. Yeah. I don't know if it was something where my face, was encased in something or something like that. Might be like when they have to do like the mask, like the, you know what I mean, to make like the what am I trying to say? The mold or whatever it is, that would be intense.
Jim Carrey on The Grinch freaked out. Oh my god! Yeah. They had to have somebody there to calm him down on a regular basis because it was encased his face and was so claustrophobic. That might be a little rough.
Yeah,
but again, that's a lot of money you're getting paid. So
Sure. Yeah. Like you said, at the end of the day, for the exposure, the money, and just to, like you said, create a name for yourself.
Yep.
I don't know. All right. Marc Maron, Dean. I know you listen to other podcasts. There are plenty of
I do.
podcasts out there. I don't know if you ever listened to his
I did.
podcast. It was called
be-
WTF with Marc Maron.
Yes, I was a listener for a while, and then I kind of dropped off, and then I dabble back and forth depending on who the guest is.
So he has been doing the show for nearly 16 years.
He's like the godfather of podcasting.
Yeah, and he's decided to wrap it up.
Really? I didn't hear about
wrap
this.
it up. Yeah, so
Wow, okay.
let's see here. September 1st, it'll celebrate its anniversary. It launched in 2009. He has recorded more than 1,600 episodes with guests such as former President Barack Obama, rock star Keith Richards, comedian Carol Burnett, and an episode he did with Robin Williams was entered into America's National Recording Registry as the first, I didn't know this, the first one-on-one podcast episode. How about that? Didn't know that.
Interesting. Yeah,
so
he's really good. He's really good. I enjoy him.
Yeah, I've heard a couple episodes. You're right. Just very, very natural, very very good interviewer.
Yes.
Yeah, he's decided. He said he's just tired. He's tired. He's burnt out. But he said they are utterly satisfied with the work we've done, and he's not saying he's going to give it up forever. He may do something on occasion, that type of thing. I think sounds like the regimen of I'm guessing it was at least a weekly episode for many years. So
he's a good actor too. Like yeah. I've always enjoyed him in all his roles too. So I'm looking forward to that. Maybe more acting.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I mean, could you imagine getting to 16? I mean, it's taken us we've been we can't believe sometimes that we've been doing this for as long as we have, just for fun and connection. We're not making any money from this because of you cheap bastards out there, continuing to listen for free. You know what I mean? But
our makeup and fat suit budget really blows the budget.
Yeah, it really does. It just keeps it afloat. You know what I mean? Just kind of just keeps it break even. You know what I'm saying? So no, but that's impressive. 1,600 episodes and 16 years. I mean that's pretty good. And it says just as podcasts are changing a little bit more, so the video, more and more people. Now we shoot this on video, pull the audio. We've been doing this. It's just what we've been doing. So we decided to throw it on YouTube. But so more and more people are watching podcasts on YouTube, and the video streaming just sort of, similar to talk shows these days. And it's just don't care. He's just saying, see ya. So definitely impressive career. Applause to Marc Maron, and certainly wish him the best and his continued acting or whatever success that he wants to continue to go for. Okay, so this is a question here. Dean's going to get us into our Ask an Idiot segment. So there's a pretty prominent, apparently, book community on TikTok. So people, I guess they make videos, they talk about books. There's different type group things out there, it seems. So one topic that's getting some buzz here recently, there is let's see here. There's a particular book called Beverly, which is a romance novel by indie author Laura J. Robert. It picked up recent buzz on TikTok, where readers and authors often discuss the latest titles and give recommendations. So several creators removed their videos praising the book because there were some allegations that it was a ripoff of indie author R.J. Lewis for a book called Obsessed, which was published in 2016. So some people posted excerpts of Lewis's words and, compared to two Roberts and noticed they had similarities. And I guess it turns out that the Beverly novel was using AI to help write the book. Okay. So wasn't necessarily just taking the other book and plagiarizing it, right?
Mhm.
So now it's become a discussion topic in if I use AI to help write a book, right? AI, to help teach AI, it's learning off of the internet, and people are, it's reading, learning from actual works that people have written, right?
I understand. Mhm.
So if I use AI to help write a book and it's sort of using ideas and different things from other books, maybe I'm aware of it, maybe I'm not, right? I use that in my book. Is that some form of plagiarism? If I don't give credit or something like that, maybe I don't know. So that's our Ask an Idiot question of the week. Is using AI to help write a book a form of plagiarism? What do you think?
No, it is lazy, and it should be frowned upon because of that.
Mhm.
It is wrong to submit a book that was not written by you, even rather it be unless you say ghostwriter or you say partial, unless you say that it's written by AI, I'm
Mhm.
still going to think lesser of you. But at least you're not duping the public. As far as plagiarism, think of it
Mhm.
this way: bands out there, do you listen to and go, you know what? I kind of hear that, they probably were a huge fan of this band,
Sure.
or this band was a fan of this band. I could hear it in their songs, and that guy's voice, he's very similar to this guy. You find out, oh, because he was a fucking fan of him. Um, that's not plagiarism. That's stylistic. I don't know what word I'm looking for here,
Well,
but
you're
it's
influenced. Yeah, you're right. It's some other styles. You're not ripping them off
Yes.
intentionally.
There
Yeah.
you go. So no, I don't think it's plagiarism. It's lazy as fuck, but it's not plagiarism.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one. I mean, you should. I don't know if I can't see it in the article here. I don't know if the author cited that she used AI to help write something. I'm not clear about that, but you're right. If you do, you should mention that. And certainly, if you are knowingly taking parts of another or influenced by another book, you got to follow the proper process there. But
Well,
yeah,
think of it
I don't
this
know. Go ahead.
think of it this way. Um, uh, if you should be flattered, right?
Sure.
Because think of it this way: as that somebody gets on an AI thing, and like you said, AI searches the internet and forms its knowledge and opinion on what it finds in the ether.
Mhm.
And if you're so prolific that it reads you, the internet reads you and takes your style, hey, that's kind of flattering, right?
Sure. 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 Yeah. The longer I think about when we started doing this a couple years ago. These are stories that just we didn't. It wasn't even close. The AI wasn't even close to this level of evolvement at the time.
Right.
It's just amazing how it continues to evolve like that. And now you have a whole other you know, avenue and worry of creative content out there being minimized because of this technology. You mentioned that before. I mean, it just seems lazy in some respects. People argue about that both ways. So I don't know, man. I think we're just going to continue to see more and more challenges with this technology, more and more stuff that people probably didn't anticipate. And I don't know. I guess it'll be interesting to see how it continues to go.
Yeah, I don't think that woman. They were women, right?
Yes. Hmm.
I don't think that woman was trying to rip the other woman off. I think that's a
No.
silly argument. Um, she could, if the other one wanted to be sure she wasn't going to get ripped off, she should contact Blake Insurance, because Blake Insurance will not rip you off. Because let me tell you, Brian, Blake Insurance Group is an independent agency right here in Barberton, Ohio. I bet you didn't know that. Maybe if you listen to the past few episodes. Offering personal care and support for all of your insurance needs. If you need auto, home, business, or even life insurance, give Aaron a call. He'll treat you with the honesty, respect, and the care that you deserve. Call the Blake Insurance Group at 234-571-5359 or find them online at blakeinsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. And when you do, tell them that you're calling because you don't want ripped off for insurance or writing a book or anything. Aaron's going to, well, I don't know if he can help you with the book thing, but he's definitely going to help you with the insurance.
That's right. That's right. Aaron said he cannot tell you a lie.
That's right.
We'll give you the best quote.
In high school, they used to call him George Washington, mainly because of his wooden teeth, but still, it was still a really neat nickname.
Very good. Well, we end on a patriotic note, Dean, and we're going to take a break and pick right up with that very same mindset.
That's right.
In our main topic, and Dean will tell you all about that right after the break. Gen X Brian here from the Convincing Idiots podcast. If you're enjoying our show, tell a friend. And if you're not, well, tell 2 enemies. Four, three.
Hey there, and we're back for Convincing Idiots, episode 247, segment 2. Brian, we are coming up on the 4th of July. Here in America, we are celebrating our Independence Day, 249 years of being America, the United States of America. And I don't know about you, but I always feel patriotic, a little more patriotic around this time. And we did this last year or 2 years ago. But you know what? America's so damn good, we're giving it a sequel.
That's right.
This is the most patriotic movies, or Mount Rushmore, because again, patriotism, or Mount Rushmore of patriotic movies, the sequel. So, Brian, I actually went back today and listened to that episode.
Oh my gosh. When was it? A couple years ago?
I don't know. I was able to pull up this bit. You actually broke it down into a segment.
Okay.
And played it. So I listened to that. And with Apple now, you can read what's being said. So it was much easier to skim and read it. So I was able to not make the same list.
Oh boy, I guarantee I have overlap. Guarantee it.
So I'm going to go ahead. Why don't you start? Why don't you start with and show us your patriotism by giving us your number? Well, not in any particular order, but your first name on your Mount Rushmore of patriotic movies.
I'm sure. I'm sure I had this on my other list here too, but I just love it. It's like to watch it every year. It's a great movie to watch this time of year. Outdoor movie, etc. Such a goofball movie, but I love it anyway. Don't care. Rocky IV. Rocky versus Ivan Drago. USA versus Russia. Rocky single-handedly stops the Cold War by,
of course,
somehow miraculously turning the entire arena of Russia
right,
rooting for him. Just
if I
nutty.
could change, anybody could change.
You got the whole president, whatever it is, standing up applauding. It's just like, oh my god, this is so
Mikhail
corny and nutty.
Gorbachev. He changed Mikhail Gorbachev over to democracy's side in one punch, or maybe a few.
Oh man, yeah,
Rocky Balboa was.
yeah, so good. And then the whole, of course, the whole scene with Apollo Creed fighting Ivan Drago, James Brown coming out, living in
That's
America.
Coming to America.
Yeah.
Say it again. Wow.
So good. Yeah, I know we both love the whole training montage. That's some of the best. That's some of the best filmmaking ever. I don't care what anybody says here. I just love all that goofiness with, Sylvester Stallone doing all the old school training and everything. So it's just a lot of fun. Yeah, you just put everything aside and say this is a nutty goofball movie. It is like the polar opposite of the original Rocky, practically, but it's just a lot of fun, and it does make you feel patriotic.
It does. It does.
So yes, so that's definitely on my remains. It was on my list, and I'm sure, or somebody's list. It remains on mine.
On your list last time as well.
Go. So. There you go. Great
consistency. All right, so I'm going to go Lincoln 2012. I don't know if you've seen it. Daniel Day-Lewis as Abraham Lincoln. It is a long movie. It is a Daniel Day-Lewis movie, and it is one of the best, I want to say best portrayals of a president on film, but like you don't know actually what Lincoln sounded like, or you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. You only have people writings of him, but it is such a goddamn good movie. It really kind of gives you a glimpse into it's really just a small span of a time period. Like it's trying to get his cabinet to agree to the Emancipation Proclamation.
Okay.
It's really good. It's dark, and when I say dark, I mean like the lighting. Like it looks like they didn't have fucking lights back then. It was candles and at night and stuff. But it really good. I really highly recommend Lincoln. So I love that time period in American history. The Civil War era. So Lincoln from 2012 is first one on my list.
Very good. I never saw it. Never. It's one of those things where I even had a copy of it at one point, like a burned copy of it. It was just one of those things where I need to sit down and make. I knew it was long.
Yeah.
As I got to get to it, and I never made the time to watch. And it's one of the better actors of our time, certainly. Right, Daniel Day-Lewis. So
he quit acting to be a cobbler. I don't know if you knew that.
Really? No, I didn't know that.
He fixed shoes or some shit. No, yeah.
Wow.
He quit acting.
Amazing.
I bet he's a really good cobbler.
I definitely need to watch it.
Yeah, you definitely should.
Did he win Best Actor for that? Did he win Best Actor for that as well?
He probably won it for a bunch of different things.
Yeah, I know he's won it. I know he has won some. But yeah, okay, all right, very good. Great choice. Okay, I'm sure I have repeats here, but I don't care. Captain America, the first Avenger, the first Captain America movie. That is, if you don't feel a sense of patriotism watching that movie, I don't know, man. So it's just, again, another one that's over the top, but just a great story. I mean, the Steve Rogers story is such
the American story.
It really is.
It's an
underdog, and just wants so badly. Steve Rogers, of course, in the comics and portrayed in the movie, very, very, good. By Chris Evans. I mean, he was a skinny guy that had health issues, and he just wanted to serve his country. That's what he wanted to do. Yeah. He so badly wanted to serve his country, but he couldn't enlist because of his health issues, that he volunteered for that super soldier experiment just to serve his country. Of course, became Captain America, and then there you go. And the whole movie is just full of, it's Captain America fighting the Nazis and everything. It's just so good.
Should be.
Yeah, absolutely. So
yeah, it's one of those. First time I saw it, I was very surprised to see, or to to feel something.
Yeah.
In a superhero movie, they're like, wow, you know what I mean? They had like feeling and heart to it.
Yeah, it really does. I haven't watched it in a few years now, but it's we need to work it into the July 4th rotation this year.
absolutely.
Just very solid
Absolutely.
movie. Yeah, and stands alone. I mean, it sets up other stories. Okay, but that is one of the Marvel movies that you can watch that movie, and if you didn't watch any other, it would be fine. It's a good, solid story, start to finish, and there you go. You can enjoy it in that respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
What else you got, Dean?
All right. When you saw my hand up, that's going to be where you edit. I'll be back in a second. They just walked in.
Sure. Who could bring more joy? All right.
Okay.
Lead you back in?
Yeah. Ask me what my next one is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. 4, 3. All right, Dean. What is next on your list, sir?
1998. Saving Private Ryan. Saving Private Ryan is, by most accounts, not an easy watch. It is. It is. From what I hear, I've never been to war, but from a lot of people has said it's a very, very accurate depiction of battle. I remember there was a lot of reports of like World War II veterans when it came out, having to get up and leave the theater, because of how true to form it was. And just to see what those boys went through, storming the beach of Normandy, it was wild. But it showed the camaraderie, that troop, their mission was to save one guy, was to go find Private Ryan, and it showed the camaraderie in a group of regardless of how they actually felt about the mission, they were there to do a job, they were there for a mission, they were there for each other. And what's more patriotic than being there for your fellow brother, whether it be on a battlefield or really anywhere else? I mean, that's what it's all about. So
yeah,
that's my number 2, Saving Private Ryan.
Good one. Good one. All right. Mine's all like goofy comedy, whatever, and
That's good. That's good.
popcorny, that type of stuff here. I'm going to add Stripes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Stripes, Bill Murray and Harold Ramis, John Candy. Such a great comedy lineup in this movie. But there are definitely bits and pieces of patriotism in the movie. Okay, the third act gets a little wonky with her, fighting the Russians and this and that, to get their, guys out. But there's something to that. Go ahead, you gonna say something? Go ahead.
I'll argue. I'm gonna argue that point.
Sure.
You say third act's corny and screwball, but really, given the first act, the first 2 acts, the third one is what makes it patriotic. It is
That's
taking
true.
these knucklehead screw ups and putting them through basic training and all of this to actually, do what they were taught.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that. That's a good point. That's a good point.
The third act was because.
Yeah, I'll give you that. And I do really like the speech that Bill Murray gave in the barracks about the whole, we are the wretched refuse. They were American soldiers. Just the whole, that was like, when he just got everybody's attention. He set himself up as a future leader there and stuff like that. And of course, them training together, coming together to pass basic training and everything. So it is a fun movie. It definitely has some. It's a comedy, but it definitely has a lot of patriotism throughout.
Yeah.
So you haven't watched Stripes lately, definitely check out. Also, the great John Larroquette. Young John Larroquette is prominent in that film
I love
as
John
well. Absolutely. So, what else you got, sir?
All right, 1976. Robert Redford, Dustin Hoffman, All the President's Men. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, how in the hell is this a patriotic movie? There's nothing more patriotic than keeping our government's feet to the fire. Keeping, we as citizens, like the Constitution says, it's our country, it's our right and our duty to keep our government honest, and that's what the break-in at Watergate, that whole scandal, and ultimately with Nixon resigning, what Woodford and Bernstein did was the most patriotic, freedom of the press, patriotic thing 2 people could do. Is preach truth to power.
Good.
So that is why All the President's Men is one of the most patriotic movies in my eyes.
It's good. Nice. Good choice. Good way to look at it.
What you got next, Brian? Can I call you Bry Guy? Has anybody ever gave you that nickname?
Bry Guy? No.
Oh.
No.
I might try it on for a little bit, see what happens.
My dad said one reason he named me Brian is because he couldn't shorten the name. He didn't like, for whatever reason, he didn't like that. But then I would have some girlfriends call me Bry or
Right.
that type of thing. But yeah, I don't hear it very often. So
You could even knock off the BR and just go as Ian.
yeah, I suppose. I could.
I mean, not at this age, but you could have if you thought about that, in your youth.
I'm looking at my list here. I want to put Apollo 13. Apollo
Very
13. I was going back and forth. Do I have it on my main list or do I have it as honorable mention? I want to put it back on the main list here. So, just a great movie. First of all,
Yep.
That really encapsulates the American spirit. With those guys just putting their lives on the line to go up into space and the ingenuity to survive. Yes,
Yep.
like you said, the camaraderie. It's in that respect as well.
Yep.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. It just such great roles and great acting. The great Tom Hanks and others certainly. I mean, just plenty of solid acting throughout that entire film. So
There were
great
plenty
movie. Go ahead.
There certain events made the collective, us as a collective group, come together for if not for a brief moment, to rally behind something or someone. And that was it. That waiting to see if we could get the guys from that Apollo mission back and back alive. Everybody was glued to their TV. They were keeping track on the newspaper. Just collectively as United States of American citizens, we were vested in that story.
Yes, you're right. And you see those events like that, and it's unfortunate sometimes where it takes something like that to bring people together, but it does show that this nation is capable of putting aside everything for like you said, for a brief period, for a common interest, a common good, or whatever it is. And that in itself, we like to believe anyway, is certainly a part of America that's all but forgotten too often these days. I shouldn't say all but forgotten, but it's forgotten a lot these days, but
yes,
is still probably within most of us at the end of the day.
It's still there.
Yeah.
I believe the spirit is still there. We are all in a sense good still. It's just some of us lose our way more often than not, and unfortunately stuff like that is makes us remember that.
Sure. So. Well, I guess that's one reason, if you like movies that are patriotic like we do, that's one reason you enjoy them, I guess.
That's right.
Remember that stuff. All right, so Apollo 13, what else you got, sir?
My next one, Gettysburg. Going back to the Civil War, Gettysburg was the swing battle that caused the swing in the Civil War. It had Robert E. Lee. You have one of the bloodiest battles in American history, let alone just the Civil War. And it was, you're talking about courage and selflessness, all soldiers, exemplify that. But we were fighting against each other. This was literally cousins on cousins, brothers on brothers. I mean, that's not just a cliche. That's literally what was happening. And to see that in movie form, to see that in live action of what it actually took, with legs being blown off and cannonballs. I mean, because think about it. This is the 1860s. The type of warfare, they were running at each other and stabbing each other. Come on. I mean, could you imagine? And these were young kids. Some of these were like teenagers, right? Could you imagine 14 years old and having a cannonball shot at you? It's not really my bag, but I also am not brave. So, but yeah, Gettysburg is a. I chose that because it is a solemn reminder of what our patriotism is based on.
Very good. Excellent.
I'm really a Debbie Downer on all these, aren't I?
No, but that's those are like you said, those are good movies to reflect on patriotism in different ways. It's not all fun and positivity, you know what I mean? So there's some dark history of this nation that you really shouldn't forget.
Right.
You know, to your point. So okay. Not quite as dark as that one, but Independence Day.
That's a good one. Yep.
Yeah, just again, if there's a definition of a popcorn patriotic film, that's definitely way up there. Very entertaining movie. Will Smith. Is it Bill Pullman as the president?
Yes.
Yeah.
The speech he gives at the end before the final battle. I put that up against any speech in film history. It is it make you run through a fucking wall.
Absolutely, so good. And with prior episode we did a while ago, favorite fictional presidents of Bill Pullman, I think was our top collective.
He was our top
pick.
Yep, that's
because of that speech and him, going up in in the ship to fight, on the plane rather to fight and everything. So, good stuff. I haven't watched that in a couple years, but a lot of fun, great movie, and that definitely, has patriotism all through that film as well. Plus, Jeff Goldblum's in it, right? Too. So, I mean, come on. So, what else? I don't know what else you want, really.
That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
Judd Hirsch. I mean, as his father. Come on.
That's right. Yeah, forgot about that.
David, why are you running? All these schmucks are trying to get out. Where then schmucks trying to get back in? David. Fucking love it.
That's a good movie. I got to watch that. Yeah.
All right, my last one here. It's a little more lighthearted than the rest I've gone with. Forrest Gump, 1994's Forrest Gump. Not only does it give you a brief glimpse into American history, but he is like the American dream. And not the American dream death the road, baby, but he is the American dream as you know it. Forrest Gump, if an idiot from Alabama in the 1950s can be the linchpin in American history, then we all stand a chance, right?
Right.
He is the American dream. Just the soundtrack alone is American history. I mean, if you listen to the soundtrack, pick it up. It's fucking amazing. But yeah, there's some of those scenes just really just as American tugs at your heartstrings, right? And it doesn't sugarcoat it. It shows you, the awfulness of war. Some of the awfulness of American in general, but you got to take that awfulness with the good and the bad, and in hopes that the good ultimately does outweigh the bad. That the truth and goodness of the American people will overcome the bigotry and hate of its lesser parts.
It's good.
Forrest Gump, 1994.
Nice.
Yeah, last one, Brad.
I think that was my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I did my.
There we go.
My 5. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah. I got a couple. Well, Apollo 13. And the Hamilton. They put it. They filmed it, so I'm calling it a movie. They put it on Disney Plus. So I'm calling it a movie. It's just that's a fun one. It hopefully that play / movie was got people to watch it for what it was, and then just and wanted to go and learn more about the revolution, the American Revolution. So that's why I consider it patriotic, is for the fact that it could venture and make people want to go, you know what, I should read a little more about this. I should, learn a little bit more about where we come from, who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So,
sure.
And then the last one is the Chicago 7. Have you ever seen it?
No. Mm-mm.
It was a film. It was about these. It was the 7 guys that were put on trial for. They say they orchestrated the riots in at the Democratic National Convention in '68. I want to say. It was Sacha Baron Cohen played the main character. It's a really good movie. It's Abby Hoffman, Bobby Seale, Jerry Rubin. It's all those guys that were put on trial. The government, said we need to get these hippies off the streets, and this is the people that are leading them, culturally leading them. Sacha Baron Cohen plays Abby Hoffman. It is a really good movie. Definitely not a what you're used to seeing Sacha Baron Cohen play. It's a serious role. But these guys were entertaining the courtroom. They did honestly not take it serious because they knew what sort of bullshit the charges were. It was just the government trying to get them, trying to prove a point that these hippies are, and let's get counterculture and drive it into the ground and kill it. But Sacha Baron Cohen, Eddie Redmayne, Jeremy Strong, Yaha Abdul-Mate, Mark Rylance, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's really good at it too. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Again, it's the Trial of Chicago 7. Okay. Definitely watch it. Very good.
All right. That it?
That's my honorable mentions.
Okay. Let's see. I've got The Patriot, which I may have had on my list prior, but the Patriot, Mel Gibson. Fighting the British, as a whole, it was a very patriotic movie. Kind of a sad movie, but definitely patriotic. Top Gun, Dean. You could pick both of them, honestly. Absolutely. Both Top Gun movies. I mean, the fighter jets, the music. I mean, it's just, rooting for America, the Air Force. I mean, that's both those movies are patriotic.
You can play the Star Spangled Banner and all of us will go, yeah. Your chest sticks out a little bit more, right, Brian?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your chin goes up. There are 2 scores also in cinema history. That is the Top Gun theme and the Rocky theme. Both of those themes will put a sense of patriotism in the cuckles of your heart and make you want to, box people and fly airplanes.
Yeah, I agree with you. Plus, I get similar excitement just any Kenny Loggins song in general.
Sure.
Any.
Yeah.
Miracle. The story about the U.S. hockey team, defeating Russia in the Olympics. Kurt Russell is the coach. Is great. Even if you're not really a hockey. Yeah, that's right. Even if you're not really a hockey fan, I defy you to watch that movie and not have a sense of excitement and pride in America to watch that movie.
Absolutely.
I want to put Superman 2 in there. Most of the movie it was Superman, first of all. I mean, Superman represents the American way.
Truth, justice, and the American way.
That's right. But there's a scene at the end where Christopher Reeve in all his glory as Superman flies the American flag that goes on top of the White House. Puts it back on the White House, and it sees the president and says, hey, I know I've been away for a while, but I'm here and this and that. It's just like, yeah, Superman is here to, fight for America and everything. That little scene in itself, it puts it on my list as honorable mention.
But we don't need to even discuss the ridiculousness of that just putting the pole into cement and that's going to be fine. Or the fact that the president's like, do you know what we just went through and you were gone? You could have been here like fucking 3 days ago and fixed this.
That's right.
Thanks.
And just a great, fun, ridiculous movie.
How retaliation that president sicked ice on him.
That's right. Team America World Police.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Great movie by the guys that made South Park. Just if you've never seen this, it's not a family movie, but it's literally marionettes. The entire film is marionettes in that, but it's his whole American fighting force that fights in North Korea and other things, and just a lot of great fun, and a very extended sex scene of marionettes. It really blows your mind. Blows your mind. But it definitely is a patriotic film. That is for sure. I mean, the theme of the movie is America. Fuck yeah. That's the name of the title track in the film. If you listen to that, don't get excited. I don't know what to tell you there either. So, Team America World Police.
Very good. Very good.
That's what I got. There's so many out there, plenty more, but that's what I got on my list, sir.
I don't know about you, Brian, but I feel twice as patriotic as when we started the show.
Absolutely. So we'll just remind everybody. Go ahead.
And blue.
What's that?
I'm pissing red, white, and blue right now.
Yeah. We might go to the doctor for that, actually.
Kind of itches. Yeah, I should see somebody.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, that's right. We've done it again.
Red, white, and blue.
Well, right. Yes, that's right. We've given that. We've given our all. We've given the globe really fine American entertainment value for free.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just remind everybody where you can find us again. Where you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Wherever you listen, give us a free follow or subscribe. Keep watching us on our YouTube channel. If you're watching us now, you know exactly where it is. What's that?
It's important. It doesn't take anything but to push a little button for following or to like us. Write a comment. You didn't just go, you're right, these guys are neat. It helps us out.
It does.
You know how many fat suits we go through?
Yeah.
Come on, people, help us out.
That's right. At least once a week.
Yeah.
One a week.
It's exhausting.
That's right. And again, find us, go to Google Linktree Convincing Idiots to find links to our social media. Go to the website, convincingidiots.wordpress.com.
Where there's also you can throw us a couple shekels here and there if you felt like it.
That's right. You give us a regular donation one time, whatever, you throw us 50 cents. Like I say, we get us another Genesee tall boy or something like that.
Still 17 cents to play with.
That's right. Exactly right. So come back again soon. We may take a break next week for the holiday week. But
I'm going to
yes, that's right. But yeah, come bear. A patriotic bear. That's right.
Yeah, I'm actually going to. I'm going to Tennessee, and I'm going to train in the mountains like Rocky did. There's going to be no snow, but at the end, I fight a bear. We're going to save the hot war this time.
That's right. Tune in for that. That's right. Tune in for that story. Tune in for more stupidity each and every week. And have we convinced you that we are truly part of the American way.
Poke myself in the eye.
Hi, this is Millennial Nick, along with Gen X Brian and Zennial Dean. Hey, if you liked that video, which we really hope you did, you should like and subscribe. That would be great.
Ham grape.
Mm.
Oh, wait.